That's the joke thing, but hey.
You're really not good at that.
No, not at all.
It's okay. I like funny guys though. So.
Hey, listen, I know a lot of comedians, so.
Let's start in the early stages. So you were born in Manhattan.
Yes.
You grew up in Queens. So you're a little exotic, a little different, a little unique. Okay. So.
Just a tad, yes.
Just a little bit.
Just a tad.
You foreign. So your mom is German and Jamaican.
That's right.
And your dad is Syrian and Indian. Right? So my question is, what did your house smell like growing up? Because I imagine there was a lot of food.
No, there was a lot of food. Well, everyone in my family cooks, so.
Okay.
But yeah, we definitely grew up around a lot of food, a lot of alcohol, because my dad has been in wine and spirits for 35 years.
Okay.
So there was always Ray and nephew in the house, you know, traditional Jamaican household.
Yeah.
Always had Ray and nephew lying around somewhere.
I don't like that. I know that you did like poetry and short stories when you were younger.
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
Well, I mainly got into like poetry and short stories from my dad. He taught me about poetry at a young age. I started writing poetry when I was like 7. And like he showed me like things about prose and things like that. He taught me about Shakespeare. That's why I say like my dad is probably like my first like real like influence in terms of like just my artistry.
Right.
Because he showed me like the different workings of like how words worked. And that's how I became like someone who appreciated words so much.
And then you started rapping at 16.
Yes.
So how did poetry become rap for you?
Growing up, I didn't listen to hip hop a lot.
Okay.
You know, very, very, very weird to admit. Like I would listen to a lot of like old school like soul, like old school rock, things like that. That's why my biggest musical influence is not anyone in hip hop actually.
Right.
My biggest musical influence is actually Bob Dylan.
Wow. That's different.
Very different.
Very different.
Like I've said before, like I'm trying to be the Bob Dylan of hip hop because I feel that like his music has taught me a lot, and I thank my dad for introducing me to his music because my dad like is like obsessed with Bob Dylan. So in turn, it kind of like rubbed off on me. And the way he always lived in his truth and told his truth the best way he could possibly tell it is something that I strive to do every day with my music, just my art in general. So that's where a lot of that came from.
So we're in college right now, right? And you meet Bizzy Bee.
Yes.
How the hell y'all met? I was in the same class or something.
So it wasn't even so much we were in the same class. I had met him before, just in our cafeteria.
Okay.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
And he was basically in the middle of a cipher. When I met, when I like actually met him, he was in the middle of a cipher. He was killing it, of course, all this and that. I just sat there and just listened and observed.
Yeah. And
him and I didn't really start collaborating until he got into the theater.
Gotcha.
Because when he did 2 productions at York that one of them I ended up doing when we brought it to the Fringe Festival, an international festival downtown, and another one we did at York. So I did 2 productions with Bizzy.
Okay.
And that's when things really started. Like I started listening to his music. He found out that I could put some lyrics together on a piece of paper, and we were just like, "Yo, like, let's see what we can do." I was working with another artist at the time by the name of Ursa Major, who was also a York College alumnus.
Okay.
And he runs his own label now called the Label Noir. But he was the first person I recorded with. It just so happens that Bizzy was the one I decided to take most of my tutelage from. Okay. And that's when we started working there. That's when I was able to find a studio with a couple of my friends from high school that started a studio. And that's how I was able to really get my first bit of recording under my belt, which led to my first mixtape in 2012.
So talking about this hiatus
Yes.
from rap,
Yes.
you took a break from rap so you could focus on theater, right?
Yeah.
And in 2014, you started Minefield Theater Group with your dad. So how did that come about? Like, you were this enigma of all these different types of art and all these things you were doing, and you were like, you know what? I'm gonna put this to the side for now, and I'm gonna focus on theater. So how did that come?
That came about basically after I graduated college. I did what every other actor in New York City would do. I got my headshots done and just kept pounding the pavement, going back and forth to various audition rooms, like just trying to like get noticed, get known.
Right.
And I did a couple of things in a couple independent films, but I didn't really feel like fulfilled. And I had a conversation with my dad. I was like, hey, listen, I'm sitting here pounding the pavement every day. I know you've been trying to get back into the game for a little bit. Why don't we just say fuck it and do our own thing?
Oh, wow.
And he was like, you know what?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So we contacted LegalZoom, and about 5 days later, my dad and I owned an LLC.
Wow.
And we immediately was like, all right, let's get to work. And we put together my company's first show, Release the Kraken, in 2014, which...
You're taking a hiatus from music.
Yeah.
You started your company with your dad, and so around like 2017 you came back to music to do a protest for the inauguration called Black Magic.
Yeah, so
Tell me about that.
so after Trump was elected in 2016, I kind of decided like, and I had actually planned to come back to music for a while. It's just I was looking for the right situation to do it. Like I'm a very situational person when it comes to like the avenues that I choose.
Right.
So I saw that that was a good situation, and I felt very, very strongly about what I was saying at the time of that song. I was like, no, like people are gonna hear what I think, so let me put it forth. This is my protest.
Right.
This is my way of saying, hey, I'm not gonna sit well with this. Neither should anyone else.
Do you feel like, all right, so from my perspective, I have my reasons why I don't vote and I don't really participate in the political atmosphere. But a lot of people say that, you know, sometimes they feel like their voice doesn't matter, right? So do you feel like your song had any type of impact? Obviously, we know what the outcome was anyway, but do you feel like it has some sort of impact on like your network and your fan base and the people around you?
I believe it does, from the perspective that like my fan base, if you want to call it a fan base, or
there's a fan base support system. Yeah.
But however you want to like categorize it, I feel that it's up to the listener to receive that message if they want to receive it.
Right.
So me, I'm putting forth the message, yes, for it to be received, but it's up to the listener whether or not they want to receive it. I'm not making it just for like anyone. I make the music mostly for me, because in many ways, me making this art, same thing in the theater, it keeps me alive.
That's fair. So, when did you drop Street Food?
I dropped Street Food November of 2017.
Okay, so same year.
Yeah, same year.
And was it, so it was an EP, not an album or a mixtape or anything like that. It was an EP.
Quick 6 songs.
6 songs. Now, I've seen a lot of artists, they formulate their EPs and their 6 songs or their 4 to 6 songs or however many, like, you know, actual pieces is in that project around like a certain idea. So what was Street Food actually about?
What Street Food basically is, it's kind of like, what I would say is we all have a diet. We all have like our like what we eat and like what we drink, things like that. But diet is a lot more than that. Diet is what you take in every day going about your daily life, like your environment. So in many ways, street food has a lot to do with my upbringing. A lot to do with like what I saw like growing up in the South Side of Jamaica, like me doing what I could to like stay away from like the wrong life, things like that. That's what it usually is. And really is, not usually, but really. And it's my artistic journey and the way that it turned and everything.
So, how would you say you've improved in that time frame? Like, what is it? Walk me through. I'm a new fan. Like, I'm a new supporter. I like your music. You invite me out to a performance, and I come, and I'm like, all right, this is about to be the best thing that I've ever seen. What do I get?
Well, I've definitely become more interactive. I've definitely become more direct with the audience. Because when I first started it, because like I said, I've been rapping like when I was much younger. Since I was like 14. And me growing into this now, when I first came back, it was very weird because it was me kind of like trying to draw the line between my actor self and my musician self.
Yeah.
So it was a very thin line I was trying to walk, and me trying to like blur those lines was a little rocky at first.
Gotcha.
Like there were times when like my performance at the West End Lounge in 2017 was a great example. A lot of people said it was a great performance. When I saw it myself, videotape, I didn't enjoy it because I didn't feel that I was connecting with the audience at all.
Right.
A lot of times I was looking down. A lot of times I was like trying to catch my breath, trying to, like keep with the music. So that's when, and I thank Bizzy a lot for his development with me, like him making sure that, make sure you engage, make sure that you put the energy here, make sure you then exert this much energy here. Like, he really worked with me a lot, and now I'm able to really blur the lines effectively to the point when I'm a lot more animated, a lot more interactive with my audience.
That's good. I'm telling you, I'm gonna come to another performance, and I better be blown away. Like,
I got you.
Standing ovation. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, hey, you but you're tough to impress. I do know that.
I am.
You're tough to
I really
impress.
am. So you did a studio album earlier this year called Director's Note.
Yes.
February. And it was in a tribute of one of your directors or professor who passed in like 2016.
Yeah.
So what inspired that?
So the story behind Director's Notes, I had actually planned to create that album years ago, but then like me taking the pages to focus on it.
Right.
What Director's Notes is, it's a dedication more than anything to my late theater professor, Timothy J. Amron. He was the chairman of Professor of Performing and Fine Arts at Yale College, my alma mater, and he passed away in 2016 to lung and liver cancer. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be doing anything. He gave me my first passing grade as a director. He helped me get my degree. He awarded me the Award for Theater Excellence and the National Scholarship. So I owe him a lot in my artistic development in theater. And he was one of the main inspirations to me creating my company. He helped me out my first production I did outside of New York College. And a lot of us who were students of his, we all consider ourselves a family. Like my old classmates, like people I still talk to today. We consider ourselves a family thanks to him. He always managed to bring the most unlikely of students together for very long-lasting relationships, no matter what it is.
Which project was it that was nominated for Voices Music Awards? Was it a project or was it one of your singles?
It was one of my singles. It was Mother's Son.
Oh yeah, okay. I like that song. I definitely like that song. What was it nominated for?
It was nominated for Song of the Year and Video.
Did you win? Okay. You were still new around that time frame. So the what people don't understand is the nomination is almost just as important as the award.
Oh, no,
there's a lot of politics behind winning awards and stuff like that, but definitely being nominated was great. How did you feel when you found out?
I felt like, oh shit, I'm doing something right. Like, oh, so I didn't come back to the game for no reason. Like people are listening.
Yeah.
That's
That's dope. So for those that don't know, Voices Music was like a sidebar entity of WBMR Radio, which shut down, I think, last year?
Yeah, last year.
But before they shut down, you had a show on it. As did I. The show was there, but, your show
was
had
legendary, so.
It was. I was going to downplay, but no, it was fun. So you had a sports show.
Yes.
Okay, so just from being around you for the 2 days that I have, I've noticed that you really are like really into sports. Really into sports.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the cast that you had on your show, like who was up there with you, and tell me about the actual show. Like what was it for? What was it about?
So the cast of the show was, when we first started, it was me and 3 of my closest friends. It was me and 3 of my closest friends, Jarrell Lynch, Dominique Jones, and Adio Flores.
Oh, Dominique! No, I don't know who that is, but his name is Bob.
I wonder why. But no, like, they're my 3 best friends. I went to college with them, and we're all really, really big sports fans. We talk about sports all the time. So when I had heard about WBMR, I was a little curious about it because people have spoken to me in the past about doing radio shows in their life. Hearing my voice and everything, they were like, you know what, you should be on the radio. I was like, we'll see what happens. So I decided to jump at the opportunity when it was presented. Spoke to DJ Mainstream, who was the head of everything, and I said, hey, listen, like, I have an idea for a sports show. And he was like, that we only have one sports show, and it's a sports show that combines music, so we wouldn't mind having another one that's just sports.
Right.
And it was a lot of fun while it lasted. I think it became the most listened to show on Saturdays.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it was just 4 guys just talking about sports, not talking about like what analysts say and stuff. It was our opinions.
Right.
It was our own opinions. We wanted to make it a fan show, not something that somebody would go on and take a bunch of like information. It would be us taking information that we see like in social media, things like that, and talking about it and be like, hey, listen.
So did you have any like athletes on your show?
We did. We were able to have one in particular. We had was a basketball player by the name of Dyme Smith, who plays for the Harlem Wizards. It's kind of like a pseudo like Harlem Globetrotters type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Things like that.
Nice.
We had him on the show one day. That was a lot of fun. Being that it was an independent music radio station, of course, had a lot of artists on the show.
Yeah.
Some that you had on the show. Had Miko Star on the show when we did our Super Bowl episode. That was fun, and he correctly predicted that the Eagles would win, but he was wrong about the Rams this time. But no, like we can't win them all. We were able to have a gentleman by the name of Sir Wilkins on the show, who runs his own podcast, a wrestling podcast. It's pretty successful called the Chocolatiers podcast. It's pretty cool to have him on the show.
Did you guys actually go out and like cover sporting events and stuff too, or?
We were on the way to doing that, but unfortunately, like with the fallout of WBMR, kind of like cut some of our plans short.
Oh, okay.
But we do plan on
bringing it back.
Yes.
When are we looking at for that?
This fall, in time for the football season.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be, and I've decided finally to make it like podcast, real podcast. So we're gonna be on YouTube.
Perfect. That's dope. So when are we looking at getting more music from you? When are you performing? What's going on?
Well,
Snacks.
I just recently dropped a new single for the summer. It's my first standalone single since I dropped Black Magic. It's a new single called Black Dollars, and it is inspired Black Dollars. I wrote it when I heard about Jay-Z.
Okay.
And I've been on this creative wave lately since passing Mr. Hustle. Since his passing, I've been on this very case from Nipsey and also from another one of my favorite artists, Davies. I kind of like took their styles of rhythm and kind of like channeled them my own way, and Black Dollar was
I'm very okay. I definitely need to hear this then, because you done said a couple people that I don't really align you with. So I definitely have to.
It's definitely
see
different. It's definitely
how
a
this
departure.
go.
It's a departure
And it's
from
just
those.
you on the track.
It's just me on the track. It's short, sweet, and to the point. Like I said, it's very different. You're gonna be surprised. A lot of people who've heard it already have said that you'll be surprised by it.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to listen to that.
Please let me know what you think. Don't hold back. You didn't hold back about street food or director's notes.
Listen,
I don't expect you to hold back on
I don't hold back on anything. So don't be surprised.
I won't be.
All right. Well, it was great. This was a great experience.
It really was, and I thank you so much. Like I get to finally say now that I went on a date with you.
There you go. I can't say. Listen, make sure y'all stay tuned. Always hold it down. Feel me? This is the wonderful Scorpio P, aka Phil.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram at LyveLyfeMedia. Follow my. Yeah, so make sure you guys always hold it down. I'm here with Phil, aka Scorpio P. Where can they find you?
So you can find me on all social media at Mr. Philliams. That's MrPhilliams. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. My music is available on all streaming services: Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, wherever you stream. You can find.
Pick your voice up.
Street Food. You can find my album, Director's Notes, and my new single, Black Dollar. All streaming services. And my next show, unless I get booked for something before that, my next show will most likely be Bizzy Bee's next For the Love of Music at the end of August. So more details on that as they show up.
When's the next play or?
My theater company is working on the next fully set reading of our next production, Between the Lines, on September 5th at Dixon Place. It's downtown, right near the barroom.
See, you wasn't even gonna say that. So I better get some tickets. All right.
Listen, I already got you on the seat. I already got you on the seat.
Yeah,
because I need powerful people there. So you gotta
listen. I did a review on Bitch Drain, so
like I said, I need powerful
bring me
people
on
there,
back.
so
I got you.
I got you.
Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at LyveLyfe Media. Like, comment, subscribe, rate, all that good shit. Make sure you keep watching us. Stay tuned in. We got a whole lot of dope shit going on. And yeah.